Hello, today we're going to talk about the FOIL method with binomials. FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, last. There's another method to doing this, but this is the one I'm supposed to show you right now. I'll show you the other one in a different video. Alright, so your first numbers. That is the first number of each of your binomials. That's what these are because there's two terms in each one. Binomial, binomial. When you FOIL, you can do other ones, but the most common one when we get into quadratics is a binomial times a binomial. So our first terms here are 2x and x. You're going to multiply them together. Our outside terms are 2x and 1, because they are on the outside of the whole thing. Your inside terms are the two that are in the inside. So our outside 2x and 1, inside 9 and x. And the last are the 9 and the 1. So first, outside, inside, last. The other way to think about this is you just multiply 2x, you just distribute it, multiply 2x by x, then 2x by 1. Then you do 9 times x, 9 times 1. It's basically a double distribution problem if you want to think about it that way. Alright, we're going to finish up this problem just to show you. So what you do here, and I'll use a blue marker. So now what you do is you combine them all. So 2x times x gives you 2x squared. 2x times 1 gives you 2x. 9 times x gives you 9x. 9 times 1 gives you 1. And then you combine your like terms. Your final answer is 2x squared plus 11x plus 1. And that is how you FOIL. It is basically just a distribution problem. If you want to break it into two separate distribution problems, it would be 2x times x plus 1, and then 9 times x plus 1, and then you just combine them. That's FOIL. We're going to do a bunch more of them. Alright, here's our example number 1, I guess. The other one was just showing you how to do it. So I do my first numbers, 5x times 2x. So 5x times 2x, and that gives me 10x squared. Now I do my outside numbers, which is 5x and negative 3. 5x times negative 3 gives me negative 15x. Now I'm going to do my inside numbers, which is 2 and 2x. And then I'm going to do my last numbers, which is 2 and negative 3. And I get minus 6. And then I just combine all my terms. So 10x has nothing else with it. Negative 15 plus 4x, because that's the same like terms. Don't combine it with this. This is x squared. That's x to the first and x to the first, so these two are like terms. Get negative 11x minus 6. And that is the answer. Alright, example number 2. We do it the same way, even though we have two different variables. Don't let you throw that off. They might use a and b or something like that. We still go by our order. X times y, that's our first. That gives us xy. You can't combine them because they're not like terms. Then our outside is x times our negative 3, which gives us negative 3x. Now we go to our inside terms, which is 6 times y, which gives us plus 6y. And then our last terms, which is the 6 and the negative 3. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Now we want to combine our like terms. So xy doesn't have anything that goes with it, so I bring it down. Is there another x to the first? No, there's not. Bring it down. Is there another 6y or y? No. Bring it down. So we actually, in that case, we did not combine any of the like terms like we have in the first two. This just stays the same. Don't think you have to combine something. Make sure that the terms match up and your variable has the right exponent. Example number 3. So n plus 7. This is always gets confused. You don't just distribute the 2 to both. What this means is n plus 7 times n plus 7. Do not just distribute the 2 and give me n squared plus 49. That is not the answer. That squared means this whole thing twice. And now we go through the process. So our first is our n times n. When you're multiplying, you add the exponents, so you get n squared. Then n, using your outside, n times 7 gives us 7n. All right, now our insides, which is 7 times n again. And our last, which is 7 times 7, which gives us 49. Now we combine our like terms. Does n squared have any like term that goes there? Nope. Does n to the first have a like partner? Yes, it does. So plus 14n, and then 49 is all alone. And that is your answer for that one. Do not get confused and do not just square and say n squared plus 49. It's n plus 7 times n plus 7. Make sure your like terms match up too. All right, here goes about the same thing again. I just want to show it with a coefficient in the front. I'm going to run through it. So our first 3x times 3x gives us 9x squared. 3x times negative 2 gives us negative 6x. Then negative 2 times 3x gives us negative 6x. Then negative 2 times negative 2 gives us 4. So our final answer is 9x squared minus 12x plus 4. There you go. All right, this is a special one. You have to remember your order of operations to do this right. All right, so with your order of operations, you do what's inside the parentheses first. So first thing we're going to do is FOIL this out. So our first is x times x, which gives us x squared. Our outsides are the x and the negative 2, which gives us negative 2x. Then our insides are the 2 times the x, which gives us positive 2x, and then 2 times the negative 2. And that gives us negative 4. Now we combine our like terms. When we combine our like terms, and you'll notice this, when you have the same thing, so x plus 2 are the exact opposite of the constant in the back. So I have plus 2 minus 2. When you have that, you're going to always lose your middle number if there's no coefficients in the front. All right, so that x squared, then negative 2x plus 2x gives us 0. So this right here gives us 0. Then we bring down the negative 4. So now we have a new problem. X squared minus 4. But we can't forget that we have a second set of brackets out there. Or yeah, they're still in the parentheses. All right. So now we have to do what we did last problem. Do not just send the square in. This still means x squared minus 4 times x squared minus 4. So x squared times x squared gives us x to the 4th. Because when you multiply exponents, you could add them. Negative 4 times negative 4 gives us 16. I'm doing this more the way I usually do it now. That gives us negative 4x squared. And that gives us negative 4x squared. So now we combine our like terms. There's nothing that has an x to the 4th. So that's an x squared and that's an x squared. So minus 4x squared gives me negative 8x squared plus 16. And that is your answer there. Make sure that when you add those like terms in the middle, when you add exponents, you do nothing. They just have to be the same. All right, I get a lot of negative 4x to the fourth and then combine it with that. Don't do that, please. All right, this has been a bunch of problems about foiling with binomials. I hope it helped and good luck.